Have you ever made an affirmation, shouted, "Right, I'm ready for success," and then your life feels like it's been chucked into a washing machine? Not tidier, just absolute chaos. Relax. In this video, we're going to unpack why every time you make an affirmation, your life can feel like it's being completely shaken up. So you don't panic, blame the universe, or quit halfway through the process just because everything looks a bit of a mess.
Welcome to the Galung Swa space. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be the first to watch our next video.
I once wrote an article called "No Wonder Your Affirmations Keep Failing." It wasn't about blaming affirmations, and it certainly wasn't about saying manifestation is a lie. It was about something a bit deeper. Sometimes what fails isn't the sentence. It's the system inside you that isn't ready yet. So if your life feels even more chaotic after you've said, "I'm ready for success," don't panic. Watch this through to the end. You might not be failing at all. You might just be leveling up. Not magic, not sorcery. Affirmations aren't Harry Potter spells you mutter while waving a wand about. They're not an instant button. And they're certainly not some sort of psychological super tonic that suddenly turns you invincible. Whether you like it or not, affirmations are a system upgrade, not cosmetic surgery. You can polish your life with beautifully hopeful sentences. But if your old system is still running, old beliefs, old fear patterns, old ways of thinking, and then you install a new affirmation on top of all that, there's bound to be friction. That friction is what we often mistake for failure, when in fact, it may simply be the first sign that change is actually underway, in line with the very affirmation you spoke. Your words can turn on you. If your life feels more chaotic after making affirmations, it might not mean you've said the wrong thing. When you speak those beautifully crafted affirmations, you're actually provoking your subconscious, the very system that's been protecting you all this time. The system with one primary job: keep you safe. In short, you're challenging your own defense mechanism. And that system isn't foolish. It's been built over years, from experience, from hurt, from fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of loss. Then, suddenly, you turn up with new lines. I'm ready for success. I'm ready for happiness. I'm ready to level up. Naturally, the old system responds, "Really? Is this safe?" And if your subconscious decides it isn't safe, it raises the alarm. What does that look like? Anxiety, overthinking, problems surfacing, tension rising. Not because your affirmation was wrong, but because the tiger feels its territory is being disturbed. And at that point, you have two options. Run because chaos feels uncomfortable, or recognize that what's happening isn't an attack, but an adjustment. Sometimes it isn't life attacking you. It's your own words triggering a deeper shift than you realized.
Chaos theory. In science, chaos theory was introduced by Edward Lorenz. He discovered something deceptively simple yet rather radical. Complex systems are extraordinarily sensitive to small changes at the beginning. This is what we now call the butterfly effect. A tiny shift in one variable can produce a dramatically different outcome later on. Even the weather can change entirely because of a minor variation at the start of a calculation. Now bring that closer to home. The human mind is a complex system, not a single button, not a single pathway. Your beliefs, memories, trauma, habits, emotional responses. They're all interconnected within a dynamic network. In system science, this is called a nonlinear system. which simply means small changes don't always create small results. Sometimes they create quite the opposite. So when you speak an affirmation, it isn't merely sound, it's new input into an old system, and that old system already has its own equilibrium. In developmental psychology, Jean Piaget referred to this as disequilibrium. When an old structure can no longer contain new reality, the system first enters a state of imbalance before a new balance forms. So what does that mean? That unsettled feeling isn't an error. It's a sign the system is searching for a new configuration. Philosophically, Friedrich Nietzsche argued that you cannot become a higher version of yourself without dismantling the previous one. Transformation always involves a phase of collapse. Chaos isn't the enemy. Chaos is the consequence of structural change. So if life feels more disordered after your affirmations, it doesn't automatically mean you've failed. It may simply mean you've disturbed an old equilibrium. And every system that's disturbed reacts before it reorganizes itself.
So here's the simple question. Do you want to return to the old stability, or are you willing to sit with the discomfort long enough for a new structure to form? If you're tired of repeating the same patterns and don't want to remain a spectator in your own change, leave a comment below and share what you're currently navigating. And if you'd like to explore this more deeply, you can read the full article titled "No Wonder Your Affirmations Keep Failing" over at galungswa.com.